All right, Mr. Williamson, you are suing Mr. Hall for breach of contract in the amount of $13,000, is that right?
Yes.
And this has something to do with a country club membership.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, so what do you have to do with this country club?
I'm president of the Calypso Country Club, Your Honor.
How long have you been president?
15 years.
Okay, and what happened?
All right, so we're playing golf one day, and like we normally do, we have conversations,
Right.
and I like to get into conversations.
Right.
And we talked about politics. I like talking about politics.
Right, get
It's
to the
kind of
point, get to the point.
Thing right now. And then the caddy joins in. He chimes in and starts giving his opinion about what we're talking about.
Okay.
And he shouldn't even be speaking to me. He's just a caddy.
Oh, so
you
they're
know?
not allowed to speak?
No, they're not allowed to speak to. They're not really allowed unless they're spoken
Is
to.
that
really.
true?
They're supposed to
Is
carry
there
their
a
bags.
rule that a caddy doesn't speak
Well, generally it
unless
is a
spoken
subservient position. I mean, he's carrying
to?
the bags for Mr.
Subservient.
Williamson.
Okay.
We're paying him to carry the bags. He's a bag carrier.
Right.
So he chimes in.
Right.
The conversation led to immigration.
Okay.
So he started giving his opinion on immigration.
Right.
And,
What did he
yeah,
say?
blah, 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 blah. He was basically saying I'm wrong and,
Right.
things to the effect.
Was he an immigrant?
I don't know if he was an immigrant
Right.
or not. He's Hispanic looking.
Right.
Your
Yeah,
Honor.
had a slight accent.
Okay. I don't understand what he said.
Well, we're getting to that. So at this point, he's chiming in, and that's bad enough. He's not even really. It's our conversation.
Subservient. All he's supposed to do is carry the bags.
So he's carrying the
Tell
bag.
me what happened.
All right, so the conversation started to get heated. It started to get heated. We get over to the.
So you and he are arguing at this point.
Mostly me and him. Everyone's talking, but it was
Right.
mostly me
But
and
what
him.
were you saying? Can I hear what was said?
Oh, well, like things that most people agree with, like there should be a wall between here and Mexico,
Right.
a big wall, illegal
he was-
immigrants
so
shouldn't
you've been
be
watching
here.
a lot of TV.
I just have my own views, and most
Right.
people, I think, in this
Right.
country agree with me.
What? That
and
what?
Just on my
Where
general,
are your people from?
My people?
Yeah.
I'm from the United States.
And your mom and them?
My mom and dad. What does that have to do with anything?
I ask the questions.
Okay. They're
So-
from Italy.
Oh, okay, there you go.
My
Good
mother's
thing
from-
they didn't have a wall
mother's from
across
Italy
the
and my
Atlantic
father's was
Ocean,
Irish.
right? You know? Black Americans are the only ones that came here against their will, okay? We're the only people, so I feel like I'm in a position to say that.
Okay.
But anybody else who's an immigrant to this country, it's just amazing to me that you can have opinions about other immigrants because they're more recent immigrants.
No,
When you
immigrants.
got in and Ellis Island welcomed you with open arms. Guess what? Texas used to belong to Mexico. And Oklahoma did too, and Arizona too, and New Mexico too.
But I'm talking about illegal immigration.
Illegal.
Basically illegal. People that break the law.
Right.
That's all I'm talking
But
about.
what is the law? What was the law when your grandparents came over, you think?
They came
There's a
legally.
potato famine, and so you can come over. Or you are having economic hardship in Italy, so you can come over. What was the law when your parents came over?
I'm
Your
not exactly
grandparents?
sure, but I know they were allowed to
Right.
come in.
Exactly. Allowed. Yeah.
It wasn't illegal.
Right. I understand. But you don't know what legal was to tell me it was illegal. So anyway, you and he get into this discussion.
We get into this discussion, and it starts to get really heated.
Right.
We get in. We wanted to take a break after the ninth hole.
Right.
We're in the lobby of the country club where the restaurant is.
Right. You weren't there for any of this discussion.
I
right?
was there, Your
Oh,
Honor.
you heard this
Yes,
whole
There the whole
thing
time.
yes,
about
yes.
the wall and all?
Yes, Your Honor. In
Okay.
fact, I'd like to
Right.
offer a different point of view on
Well,
that.
tell me what you saw happen.
Well, first of all, our caddies don't enter into political discussions
Right.
with the clientele.
Right.
That's
Okay.
normal. That's not typical at all.
Right.
And Mr. Williamson here was very, very outspoken, in fact, even controversial, and liked to stir things up. And when he talked about immigration,
Right.
he brought it up in front of 4 caddies who happened to be Latin American.
Right.
And I knew this, and I tried to steer him into another conversation, into another area, but he wouldn't stop. He
Right.
just kept
What was
on
he
going.
saying?
He was saying that immigrants ought to be sent back to their countries.
Right. Did he say
Illegal.
illegal immigrants?
No,
He
not
just said
illegal,
anybody who's an
legal
immigrant.
immigrants.
Yeah, because people
I
who've
meant
been
be
here
sent
for
back.
at least one generation think that they're
Yes,
no
sir.
longer immigrants.
Right, Your Honor.
I understand.
And I saw that he was really trying to get to Leo's goat,
Mm-hmm.
and Leo was trying to resist saying anything,
Right.
and he finally did say something.
Coming up.
What did he say?
Well, when
he called
he's-
me a racist bigot in front of everybody.
Right.
He got in my face
Right.
and said, "You're a racist bigot."
Well, I'm sure you've been called worse than that.
Well,
Right?
actually, I have not.
Well, do we have, is he here?
This happened right in the lobby, Your Honor.
Of the country
and when
club.
he did it, he slapped Leo right in the face in front of other
You
guests.
slapped Leo?
He humiliated me in front of everybody.
Right, so that gives you the right?
Well, he gets into my face and calls me names, and
Right.
that's not even true.
Is
I'm not a
Leo
racist,
here?
and I'm not a bigot.
Yes, Your
Let
Honor.
me hear from Leo. What's his last name?
Rodriguez.
Okay, let me hear from Leo.
This way, sir.
Raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give today will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I swear.
Okay, so Leo,
Good afternoon, ma'am.
good afternoon.
Ma'am.
So, are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes.
Okay, how long have you been a U.S. citizen?
All my life, I was born here.
Oh, you were born in the United States. What about mom and them?
My dad was, he came here illegally, and my
Okay.
mom came here illegally.
Okay.
But they both had papers. They got them the right way.
Right.
They
So
went
your
through the
parents
process.
are legal now?
Yes.
Okay, so everybody's legal.
Exactly.
In your family, anyway. So let's get to this conversation. Well, how did the conversation start?
Same as any other conversation, usually about money. About money, business, who's doing better, who has a better wife, who's doing good. It's guy talk, you know, and we're just
Right.
there on the sidelines.
Right. You're not supposed to talk,
We're
though,
not,
right?
we're not talking to them, we're talking amongst ourselves.
Right.
And
Off to the side.
Off to the side.
Okay, so what happened with Mr. Williamson?
Well, every hole we go through, I walk with Mr. Leo, and they all walk with their caddies.
Right. Had
And
you ever walked with him before?
No, this was the first time I met him.
Okay, so what happened?
Well, he was throwing small little things, small opinions
Right.
that I didn't like,
Right.
and I hadn't opened my mouth.
Right. Was
Yeah.
he talking to you?
No, but every time he would say something,
Right.
it seemed like he would look over at us, and that would bring the conversation.
Okay.
You know, people tend to look at things and
Right.
start talking from that.
So what was he saying? Did he say anything derogatory to you?
Well, he kept on calling us illegal, and
Did he say you're illegal?
No, he didn't. He kept on saying.
To somebody else, he
He
was
kept
saying...
on calling people my race that were all illegal. He didn't
What
say.
was he saying?
He was saying that we should kick out all illegal immigrants and
Right.
people that aren't like us.
He treated the caddies like servants, Your
Right.
Honor.
The only things I say to him are which club I want and things like that.
Right.
Otherwise,
That is
there was
not
just
true,
no
ma'am.
reason
That
to
is not
speak
true.
with him.
Right. What did he say?
He kept on insulting my family because.
Did he say it to you?
Yes.
What did he say to you?
It started out when I told him my opinion, and I said,
Right.
you know, you should get your facts right,
Right.
because not all of us are illegal.
Right.
And by him saying that, I do realize that that my boss was there,
Right.
but I still did it because
Right.
I felt it wasn't right what he was saying. I felt like
Right.
I needed a need to correct
Right.
him as
So
a
he
human
was
being.
talking in general about illegal
Illegals.
aliens. Aliens, what a word too, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so you felt offended by what he was saying.
Yes,
And,
and-
so you jumped into the conversation.
Yes.
Okay.
And he entertained me with the conversation. We kept going at it.
So
I would
now
tell
you
him.
two are arguing.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
not yet. I was telling
Right.
him my political
Right.
thoughts, and he was telling me
right.
his.
But why y'all having a political conversation on the golf course?
I didn't start the conversation. I just jumped into
That's
it, and
what
he
we
kept
talk
on
about.
carrying.
We talk
Okay.
about politics and
Okay,
business
so
all the time.
what happened? You got thrown out the club?
Yeah, so right after he called me a racist bigot and
Right.
I slapped him in the face,
Oh, you slapped
Joseph walks over
Did
and
you
kind
call
of
the
separates.
police?
No,
No.
it
Nobody
wasn't that
called the
bad. It was just a
police?
little
I
slap.
stepped in and stopped it, Your Honor.
What's a little slap? Let me give you a little slap, see if you like
It
it.
was just like, well, he got in my
I
face
went
and
up
he
in and I
humiliated
pulled
the hell
Bill
out of
to
me.
the side.
Right.
And spoke
So,
to him.
because once he slapped him, is that why you
I
terminated
told
his
him that the
membership?
game was over at that point.
Okay. I think that he's entitled to, in the absence of any language to the contrary, that he's entitled to a portion of the initiation fee. So he said he had been there, well, let's multiply that. How much is that a month? 13,000 a year is 1,083. So times 5 months, so that would be 5,415. When I subtract 5,415 from 13,000, that's $7,583.
Okay.
I wish you had brought a countersuit here, because I probably would have awarded you not only compensatory damages, for any time you lost from work. But I would have probably ordered some punitive damages for what happened to you. And as a matter of fact, he brought a lawsuit against the country club, which still leaves you open to bring a lawsuit against him. I mean, of course, I wouldn't be the judge at that point. But if I were you, I would seriously consider that, because that $7,583 would look really good in your pocket. Okay? All right, but judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $7,583. Good luck to you.
Judge Karen has ruled in favor of the plaintiff. The defendant is ordered to pay $7,583.
If I had known that you'd allow your employees to be disrespectful, I never would have joined your club.
I thought you had integrity. This is a gentleman's game, and you, sir, are no gentleman.
Coming